Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a pretty prestigious national award that, you might be surprised to hear, is incredibly accessible for almost any motivated student. Think of it as a powerful way to get official national recognition for all the amazing things they're already doing outside of school. I mean, really think about that for a second. All those hours your student is already pouring into sports or volunteering or maybe learning to code on their own. What if all that effort could be bundled up and turned into an actual honor from the United States Congress? Well, that's exactly what this award is all about. So, what is it exactly? The Congressional Award is a national program for young people, ages 14 to 24. And here's the most important part to remember. It is completely non-competitive. This is not about having the best GPA or beating out other applicants. It is 100% focused on setting and hitting personal goals. And this right here, this really shows you the fundamental difference. On the left, you've got your traditional awards. They're all about competition, rank, and high grades. But the Congressional Award, it's a whole different ballgame. It's about personal goals, there's no GPA cutoff, and it's open to literally everyone. It's built to reward consistency and initiative, not just being at the top of the class. Okay, so how does it work? Well, the whole program is built around 4 core areas of growth. And what's so great about this structure is that it's designed to capture the activities students are probably already doing, and it just gives them a framework to get credit for it. So let's break these down. First up, we've got voluntary public service. This is pretty straightforward. It's about giving back. We're talking about things like helping out at the local food bank, tutoring kids, or maybe joining a park cleanup. Now, here's a crucial point to remember. Most of these hours have to be direct, hands-on service. It can't just be sitting in planning meetings. Next is personal development. Honestly, this category is fantastic because it's so flexible. This is where your student can really lean into their passions. Coding projects, prepping for the SAT, learning guitar, or even getting a structured internship. The big rule here, though, is that it can't be for school credit. The third area is physical fitness, which is all about intentional, purposeful activity. Being on a sports team? Counts. Training for a 5K? Absolutely. Following a workout plan at the gym? Perfect. But, and this is important, their regular PE class or just walking from class to class, that doesn't qualify. It has to be something extra outside of the normal school day. And finally, number 4, expedition or exploration. Now, I know this one can sound a little intimidating, but it doesn't have to be some grand, expensive trip. It's really about planning an adventure in a setting that's new to them. It could be a multi-day camping trip they plan themselves, or even mapping out a tour of a historic part of a city they've never explored. The absolute key here is that the student has to do the planning. A prepackaged tour or a standard college visit just won't cut it. And hey, for accessibility, they even have virtual exploration options now. Okay, now that we know the 4 areas, let's talk about the rules. And trust me, understanding these right from the get-go is absolutely the key to avoiding some really common and, frankly, frustrating mistakes. All right, lean in for this one, because this is the single most important rule of the entire program. Any hours your student completes before they are officially registering online do not count. The program is not retroactive. A student could have volunteered for hundreds of hours, but if they weren't signed up yet, none of it could be used for the award. That's why getting registered early is so critical. This chart does a great job of showing you why pacing is everything. Just look at the jump in hours between the bronze and gold medals. But pay close attention to that bottom row, the minimum months of activity. The bronze medal takes at least 7 months, while the gold takes a minimum of 24 months. See? This award is designed to measure sustained commitment. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Starting with the bronze is a fantastic way to build up the right habits for the long haul. And here are a few other common pitfalls you'll want to sidestep. First, you can't double dip. No counting activities that you're already getting school credit for, like an AP class. You also can't use the same exact activity for more than one category. And like we just saw, you can't rush it. Those minimum time commitments are firm. And a big one, students need to find an advisor, like a teacher or a coach who is not a parent or another relative. So why go through all this effort? I mean, beyond the obvious personal growth, this award is an incredibly powerful tool for building a much stronger profile for those competitive college and scholarship applications. Let's dig into exactly how. And hey, don't just take it from me. This is a direct quote from Harvard's admissions office. Look at those key words they use: community involvement, leadership, character. These are the exact qualities the Congressional Award is built to document and validate. It's basically a perfect match for what these top-tier schools say they're looking for. And that's the real magic of this award.
It's not just your students saying on an application that they have discipline and commitment. It's a formal award from the U.S. Congress that proves it. It serves as documented third-party proof that tells a very compelling story about their character and their ability to see long-term goals through to the end.
And your student would be joining a massive nationwide community of doers. Look at that number. Over 772,000 hours of public service were logged by participants in just 1 year. This is a legitimate, impactful, and widely respected program all across the country. So, if you're feeling inspired and thinking this might be a great fit, the good news is that getting started is really simple and totally straightforward. Here's the roadmap for you and your student to follow. It really just comes down to 4 simple steps. First, your student needs to find an adult advisor, and remember, that can't be you. Second, they register online, which is completely free. Third, they sit down with their advisor to set their goals in the system. And finally, step 4, they just start logging their hours as they do them. That's it. The whole thing is designed to be accessible. And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? Your student is already out there doing these amazing things. They're serving the community, they're learning new skills, they're staying active. They are already putting in the work. So the real question is, isn't it time they started getting the national recognition they truly deserve for it?